You're watching CITV with Jamie Moyer, left-handed pitcher of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have a great game for you today. We have Hatboro-Horsham versus Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials. Let's see what we're going to have today. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one for sure. The 0-2 Colonials are coming off a tough week so far, with just 2 losses so far in the season. Hatboro-Horsham getting a fair start, also in 4th place in the league in the SOL. The face-off set, and they're ready to go. Looks like Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession, bring it into their own zone past the restraining line. Right into the box, getting that first touch. Working around behind. Switching hands, finding some nifty moves behind the side. Taking a lot of time outside the box, getting it high in the zone. I want to miss pass. That's going to go out of bounds to PW ball.
PW making their way down the field.
PW starting ball move beyond the net, bring it around the side, back to the box. Looking at the top, number 15, Luba, back to 14. Man, really working the cycle. Number 6 to 11, Luke Wendler. And I must say, this PW team's a very young team too. I mean, I can see the roster right now, and they're all sophomores or juniors too, which is really interesting. But still retain possession above the box. Number 6 with it on top, bring it working around to the side. Taking his left hand, working to the right, working behind X. Bring it right back around, getting a little aggressive with the move, the shot, and it's a little over, and it'll go out to the side, and PW will retain possession. But I think an important point to remember, too, is that this game is all about shots, because the Hatboro-Horsham goalie percentage so far has not been too great, so. Working back around to that right side of the crease again. Ripping a shot.
Good shot.
A great save by Hatboro. Goalkeeper bringing his way up to the 30-yard line. Right to the restraining line, looking for a good pass to midfield. Hatboro taking it in with a little bit of pep in his step. Heading to the top of the box. They just need that first touch. And they'll get it. Slipping and falling, make a quick move, holding the ball on. Loose ball in the corner.
Hatboro-Horsham retains possession. Oh. PW takes possession.
There you go. That's a big one right there, too. Working with the aggression. 14 working into the box. A hard slash from behind. Not sure what that call is, but looks like PW will retain possession off the slash, or not sure what the call was there, but number 6, Ryan Stem will start the ball off at the top of the box. And PW is really working a spread out position in the offensive zone too, working the ball around really easily. Seeing ball movement like that is really dominant in this league right now too. Showing extreme possession, a good shot behind the net to be chased down. Who wins the battle? Looks like Hatboro-Horsham, goaltender, will retain possession on that one.
All the way down the midfield, Hatboro-Horsham moving down.
You got a long pull working up to the box. The box coming in, almost ripping a shot, looking for a pass, just tipped off the stick of number 25 on Hatboro. And another ground ball going in front of the PW net. And it's going to be cleanly scooped up by number 25 on PW, losing the ball right behind him in his stick too. Hatboro-Horsham retaining possession, bringing it back to the box, looking for a clean lane in front of the net, just taking behind toward X and working things back around again. Back to his left, looking to his left, taking his time, looking for options in the box. Making one quick move, making two, looking in front of the net, good pass, a rip on number 44, shot, and missed. Just a bit outside, and that's going to be a Hatboro-Horsham ball. And it's surprising to see a team like Hatboro-Horsham really come out with aggression like that.
How did aggression come from Hatboro-Horsham?
Like really pushing the crease hard, you know, working every inch they can get, and oh my goodness, look at that footwork on number 2. And they're really using a lot of the field too. I mean, you really don't see a team like that using that kind of space, you know, really using all the space on the field. That's important. Once you see green, you're good to go. It's just
really keeping the pressure on the goalie, making sure they don't have much room to work.
And the name of the game today is speed, so as long as you get that going, number 44, the nice opportunity shot, and he
there it
scores. A great shot and a great look for the pass. This is a nice little tic-tac-toe goal. It'll make it 1-0 Hatboro with 7:58 remaining in the first quarter. That was a beautiful shot. Even after his first attempt too. I mean, he made that shot. I was thinking that thing had some spin on it too. I could see it was already flying, ready to go into the next dimension. That was a great shot to finish off that one. Make it 1-0 Hatboro. It really proves why Hatboro is one of the more dominant teams in the league. And we start back at midfield. And the face-off is won fairly cleanly by PW with a little bit of scrum. Getting back in the box, working back toward X.
Making the way around the crease. On the way to the box.
Taking their time, making some changes. We're going to lose the ball right there in front of the net. You know, that's a sign of some movement, hopefully. Let's see if we can get something going back behind the crease. Looks like where PW is working a lot of their plays from. Taking their time in the corner of the box, just making some changes back toward the attack. Making work on the side again, number 11, number 15. Back to Wendler. Wendler to Sen. Back around inside the box.
Making the way around the crease, around the box, just going around in circles.
Some really good ball movement too, man. I mean, as I was saying too, speed's the name of the game, but as long as you can keep the ball moving at that kind of pace, especially with a team like Hatboro-Horsham, keeping with that kind of speed is important. Working the ball around the crease, a tough shot. Must be bounced down behind the net. A feed to the point, just missed, and Hatboro-Horsham is going to retain possession on that one, on that slight mistake. A nice little stick check, picked up by PW back in their midfield. Bring it back to the box. Number 11 looks like he has a lot of room to run, but it's going to settle down and take it back to the side. Working behind the net. Looking for a clean pass, resetting it, looking by the side. He's got a clean lane, Caleb Kelly. Nothing there. Little scrum from the net. Looks like a long pull, number 27 for Hatboro. He's going to make an effort, but PW is going to come with it in the end. Back to the corner box, working to the side. Again, using that space.
Taking in everything, just making sure they observe all the surroundings so you see if they can find a pass right through the goal.
A little bit of pressure by Hatboro, but a clean lane from a 14, a shot and a block in front of the net. Looks like that one was hit someone in front of it other than the goalie. That was not his job, but PW will retain possession behind the net, working it from X. Maybe finding a slight step in front. The cuts they've been looking for. Taking his time. Keeping it in his forehand. And a quick pop right in front of the net. Had a chance, but was not there. And looks like Hatboro will retain possession in the crease. And I applaud PW very much for the possession, too, because they've been really putting on shots. And almost a steal by number 6, Ryan Sen. Picked up by Hatboro-Horsham. And brought downfield, and they have to have a clean lane. But an amazing back check by number 6 on Ryan Sen for the PW. But Hatboro-Horsham will get successful back into their offensive zone. And Some hard defense played by number 4, Brian Dresden. And looks like it's going to be a shot behind the net, and it's going to be Hatboro ball. Working it back again around the side. Number 5, at the top of the box. Keeping it in his right hand, going with a one hand. Oh, and a nice pass. Looks like a pass block or a slower shot retained by PW. And they're going to be working upfield again in the defensive zone. Ryan Sen keeping in his left hand, getting a pass to number 15, it looks like. And they're going to work around the offensive zone again. Working around behind again to the top. Ryan Sen slowing things down back in his left hand. Just around the 35. Right up top of that box. Working back around. Some good ball movement again. A nice shot from the side, but no good angle, and the shot will go wide. Luke Wendler will have the ball behind the net. Working from his left hand to his right. A nice pick set by number 27, Caleb Kelly. Look in front. A great pass received. Had a look, but didn't take it. A long pass. Looks like a surprising one made by PW, but it will be Hatboro-Horsham ball. It looks like PW is like really running that full field press too. Like they're having their midfielders run the distance for this kind of ball, and they're giving they're going to Hatboro a lot of room there. Working around the side, but they're going to slow it down. Not getting a touch quite yet. Working around the top, number 44. Also taking their time at the top. Watching number 44 as he has that laser shot from the point early in the game. Defense stepped on, but Hatboro-Horsham with some nifty moves. Number 4 got around, making some room for himself. And some prime real estate for shooting, but passing off to the side. Looking top of the box, number 44. Number 44 working at the top of the box. Oh, nice look with the goaltender being aggressive and taking a sharp save back there outside the crease, well outside the crease. A scrum right there, a ground ball. Anyone's ball there. Hatboro-Horsham, nice little spin move, will get the ground ball. Number 8 working back into the box. PW having to catch up a little bit after that ground ball. Those 3 midfielders were out of no man's land. Working back and forth, looking for a way back into the crease. Working it behind. Some cuts being made. Number 25 behind the net, looking for a lane beside the LGI. Shooting a shot that is all just a bit outside. That one was looking good. If these shots are going on point, they're going in. I'm telling that for sure.
Close, but they're just not making them. Little off to the side.
Yeah, especially the pressure PW is putting on defensively. Like they're really leaving that space in front of the crease for them, but then when they're needing to, they're having that defenseman shift back to the front of the crease, which is a tough job to do, but it takes a lot of athleticism, but they're really nailing that job down pretty easily.
Yeah.
And a nice shot and a score by Hatboro-Horsham. They're 44 again at the second of the game. It was just 2:20 left in the first quarter. Man, that man has quite the shot, man. Putting it on pretty tough for PW.
Power shot, not letting them get any space there.
Ironically, complimenting their defense, breaks down for 1 second again, as it's now 2-0 Hatboro. But if I were PW, I'd try and keep as much defense as I can in front of the net, because these Hatboro guys are crashing the crease. They have cutters that can cut really quickly, and finding shots like that are just in prime real estate in front of the net, just like within those first 5-10 yards in front of the net. If you're a person that has a good shot like that, that ball is going in the net either way.
Yeah,
whether you're a goalie in the MLL or even in high school, it's just an easy shot for any goal taker to make. PW win the face-off, and they're going to get the ball back into the offensive zone, but Hatboro-Horsham retain possession, and the goaltender will take the ball in the crease, utilizing that safety netting of the crease and coming down and making a play for himself. Defenseman open on the side of the box, taking his time looking forward for the changes to be made by Hatboro-Horsham. Finds a clear connection, number 2 for Hatboro-Horsham. Take it into the top of the box. Number 4 taking it to the crease. Looking for a nice cut and shot. Nothing there. Bring it out on the side. Back up top. Number 5 retains possession. Up the top of the box, down to the side. Number 4. Number 4 back to the top to the 5. 5 back to the top of the box. Really moving the ball quickly now. Looking for a shot. Now Hatboro-Horsham getting very aggressive with a shot and a block shot in front of the net. It's going to be Hatboro-Horsham ball by PW. Now, Nick, I know you do a lot of the news work here at PW. What's it like? Tell me about it.
Well, the news here at PW, it's very interesting. We have CITV where we talk about many different stories here at PW, and we make sure everyone just keeps updated with everything happening at the high school and everything that's happening in the school district. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of episodes. You guys make it look really good, and all the anchor reports you guys have. I thought it was really interesting. I mean, how many student body are involved in CITV right now?
There's a decent amount of people, I would say, around backstage. The crew members, there's about
a shot by number 2 for Hatboro-Horsham. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick, but
perfectly fine.
From the clear lane of the defense, the breakdown, and a beautiful left-handed shot by number 2 for Hatboro-Horsham. Like I said, 3-0 with just 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Look back to what you're saying, Nick. The CITV, a lot of schools don't have that kind of privilege to have the news channel, all the information they get from the student body themselves. Tell me more about how are very I wouldn't say very decorated, but I mean are very well rounded teacher, Mr. McWilliams, who obviously takes very good handle of CITV. Like what's it like? Like what are some things you do around there to make it more at home?
Well, CITV really is just a family of people coming together and really just trying to inform and make a new show. Really trying to, because it's something we all like to do and it's something we all enjoy to do, and it's a lot of fun to just kind of come together and just really kind of talk and just share the news that's happening around in the school district and just make sure everyone knows, keeping everyone informed.
You guys are very involved in the community, I see, too, for sure.
Yes.
That's awesome. But number 17 for PW taking around the side of the box. Back to the point. Back to Luke Wendler. Luke Wendler looking for the shot at the point. Great save by Hatboro-Horsham. I must say that goaltender for Hatboro-Horsham is coming up big right now. Some PW is putting on some great shots right now, but Hatboro-Horsham is just stopping all of them.
The defense is playing very tight, just not making sure PW has any room to really make
yeah.
much.
And that's going to be in the first quarter. Score right now, Hatboro-Horsham 3 and Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. But I must say the score is very well determined by Hatboro-Horsham's defense. PW has had possession for a very good amount of time in this first quarter, but they just had the shots they're looking for, put them on net, but that goaltender is really sticking it to them.
Yes.
Nothing more you can ask for a shutout goaltender like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, PW can come back and make a difference in the second and third and fourth quarter.
Hopefully they'll be able to find a way around that goalie and make sure they can just keep some more pressure on him and make sure he doesn't have much room to work.
Yeah, because you can see by the Hatboro-Horsham shooters that they just really put on the shots in front of the crease, and the defense of PW is just falling apart where they can just find those shots like that in front. And when you can find those kind of shots, it's just where they have to go in, because it's just that kind of pressure they put on is, with those kind of shooters, it's a goal every time.
Yeah. You have to make sure Hatboro-Horsham has no room to make any sort of plays around, and make sure they really don't have much room to pass, and make sure that you just keep possession of that ball.
Indeed. I'm sure a lot of PW students down there are very happy as spring break just happened.
Yes, it has.
Just a few hours ago. Any plans for the spring break?
Not much for me. Just hanging out, hanging out at PW, hanging out with all the friends, and
there you go.
Just hanging out. How about you?
Nothing more you can ask for. Ah, man. Just see where the wind blows, man.
See what
anything that comes along, yeah, for sure. But right now, just enjoying some good lacrosse.
Yes, enjoying some lacrosse.
I've yet to see any of the games yet, but I've heard that lacrosse has a very good potential this year. A lot of young guys, as I said before, like Luke Wendler being one of the, I think one of the freshmen of the team. They have some really, really good talent for young guys too. And I think in the future years, I think the way PW is going to grow and have his oncoming freshmen and sophomores next year, it's going to be a really big program. This is a start to something really big.
Yeah.
It's a rough start so far, but I think just the way PW is looking right now, putting on a team like Hatboro-Horsham that's 4th in the league right now with a few wins.
They're looking to just have the team grow and just come together as a team, really as a family, and just make sure that over time they'll develop into a really strong team to be able to be up there with the Hatboro-Horshams and other schools.
Definitely. You can tell in the cloudy setup right now, this is actually a really good fan of setting down the sideline right there. PW and Hatboro-Horsham ready for this, the second quarter face-off. Cleanly won by PW. Brown to the box, looking for a more aggressive move this time. Around the side, working to X. A bounce pass, but it'll get to him successfully. Christians or Nicky working with the ball around the side. Back to the point, number 6, Ryan Sen. Back to Lou, back to around X. Back to the back of the net. Back to Christian. Zernicki working with a nice move. A roll dodge, number 23, working the defense pretty hard right now, but they're sticking right to him. We're that looking for loading up for a shot, but nothing there. Back top to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen to Luba. Luba making some pressure, looking for a cut, looking for a nice pass. And gets tied up in the sticks there, it looks like, but we'll work back out to the top of the box for PW. And they're really holding possession here, so they just can't find those looks. They can't find the shots. It's really frustrating to watch that. And a drop ball with a good look, but retains possession and brings it outside the box. Back up to Ryan Sen, and they'll reform the offense. There's a movement in front of the crease. Looking for a shot, a fake shot by number 27, Christian Zernicki. Back to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen back to the top of the box, number 15, Luba. Luba around the side of Luke Wendler. Luke Wendler back behind the net. A quick cut back to the left hand to the right hand. Back to Christian Zernicki with a one-hand catch. A nice little pass out to Ryan Sen. Back to Luba. Luba looking for a cut. Gets past the defenseman. He's going to do some slash, but no luck. And a shot and save by the Hatboro goaltender. What a great save. And he's hustling out of the zone right there. Back at the top of the box. And a great pass to attackman. Gets loose. And it's going to be a ground ball battle. Looks like one by Hatboro. Just missed. And number 25 on the defense for PW. Working upfield pretty quickly. In his one hand. Loses it. And a big scrum back near the 50-yard line midfield. And no one can get a hold of it until
Hatboro-Horsham gets possession.
Number 27 for Hatboro-Horsham gets possession. Ryan Sen works with it. And it looks like after that large scrum with about 5 different possession changes, PW successfully come up with the ball.
Yes. Make their way down the field again.
Looking for a shot, a rip by Christian Zernicki just wide. Looking for that low shot right at the foot of the right foot of the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. But Hatboro-Horsham will win the battle and the race to the ball, and we'll get the ball back. Working the ball past midfield. The attack defense unsuccessful for PW, but Hatboro-Horsham will get a touch in the box, and we'll get possession once again. For the first time this quarter, after 5 minutes of play, and the rain starts to come down. Hatboro-Horsham finally look back in the spot that they have scored 3 goals previously, and nothing yet. Colonials come up with a great defensive and a bat down by the offense for Hatboro-Horsham. Back on the side, number 34 coming in with it. Looking for a clear out pass. Gets it. Bonsall comes up the side with a nice right-handed pass. A little lob off to Ryan Sen. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Ryan Sen. A shot by Christian Zernicki, a hard one too, but his 3rd straight shot consecutively saved by the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. Fumbled a little bit, but we'll get the ball back. Taking his time, looking for a breakout pass. A nice pass to midfield. And man, that Hatboro-Horsham goaltender is looking stellar right now with a ton of saves so far and 0 goals let up, which is what you look for when you're starting goaltender.
Not letting PW get any goals here. Even strong shots coming out from PW, but nothing from this goaltender.
Definitely, for sure. And look at the front of the crease. A great save by the PW goaltender. It's a hard one to make, but makes it. A score in front of the net. Looks like it will be taken up by the PW goaltender. And we'll use a safety netting of the crease to get that ball out of here. Working around the side of his defenseman. Utilizing the field he's got in front of him. He gets behind him. Getting out to midfield, looking for one of his long-pulled midfielders. Back to the attack. Attack's going to work it in. Number 11, Luke Wendler's going to work into the zone with the ball. Back to the side of the box. He's going to get a touch, and they're going to get the ball behind the net. And Christian Zernicki, who already has a laser shot in this game, but has come up short every time, will lose the ball, and it'll be Hatboro-Horsham ball. Handing off to a long pull. They're going to take this ball out of their own offensive zone. Hatboro-Horsham goaltender, who has been stellar so far this game, is going to try and clear it out himself. Making some nifty moves on number 16, Caleb Kelly. I was like, looks like the ball will end up going out and be And PW retain possession, and a breakout pass to Ryan Sen, but nothing there. The ball get loose. A player falls for Hatboro-Horsham, and Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession. Working to the top of the box. Trying to find a shot. Player wide open in front of the net, and a nice little lob shot right there. That'll work.
Shot by Hatboro-Horsham. 4-0 now.
Now they get 4-0. 7:23 remaining in the second quarter. Not that hard of a shot has been seeing so far, but a nifty move to get past the goaltender. What did you say?
Yes. Very nifty move, making sure that just leaving PW really in the dust right now.
The rain's coming down. Just a little windy too. You can see some of the umbrellas in the stands moving around, but nothing to phase the Hatboro shooters, as that is their 4th goal of the game. Getting ready for face-off at midfield. 7:23 remaining in the second quarter. Face-off, another cleanly won face-off for PW. By number 28, Will Jowett. Brought out the box by Luke Wendler, back to the top of the box. Looking back to Luke Wendler. Luke Wendler back. A little back and forth passing, trying to find an open shot. Taking their time, make some changes. Ryan Sen come back on the field. One of the key players for PW so far, along with number 27, Caleb Kelly. A loose ball retained by Hatboro-Horsham. Brought by midfield, and he's got some wheels. He's going into the zone pretty hard, but is going to slow down and try to find a breakout pass. And he will find it on a bounce, and will try and get a touch in the box. And they will. Slowly making their way back into the box, and PW really putting on the pressure outside. You never see a defenseman going out that far for the effort to get a ball, but Hatboro-Horsham has the ball on top of the box.
Trying to make sure that Hatboro-Horsham power shooters don't make sure they get much room to get in for the shot.
Yeah, you can see Coach Kelly and Coach Davis on the side. We're really making sure those shots on the side, or we're trying to find any passes into the middle of the crease. You got number 15 working there with number 44, who already has 2 goals in the game so far for Hatboro-Horsham, making sure he's not getting any more shots in front of the net like that. Trying to find some speed in top of the box, working his way in. A left-handed shot just goes wide, and Hatboro-Horsham retain possession. As the rain comes pouring down, a shot just deflected and tried to get recovered by a Hatboro-Horsham attack, but it will be a crease violation, and PW will come with the ball. Back to the side, and a clear out pass by PW, and just a bounce. And boy, I bet that ball is a hard one to scoop up, as it is pouring right now in PW. The ball still on the ground, picked up by number 2 on Hatboro-Horsham, and looks to be a timeout for Hatboro-Horsham. And you can just sense it. It just got really cold in the air too. I think this game started at a nice 73 degrees and a little overcast, but now it is pouring rain and the winds are whipping.
Yes, it's going to make for an interesting game now. It's going to really
sure.
change up the dynamic of this.
Maybe the atmosphere will change up a little bit. Maybe PW can get a change their way.
Yes.
It's just 5:33 remaining in the second quarter.
Hey guys, if you want, you can mention that the next CITV sports coverage will be PW Baseball versus Pacifican on Tuesday, April 23rd.
We have an upcoming game coming out from PW Baseball versus Wissahickon on Tuesday, April 23rd.
Against Wissahickon. And Hatboro-Horsham will start with the ball at the top of the box. Trying to get a touch, and they get one. Number 65 working around the side of the box, looking for a pass up to the point.
Hatboro-Horsham moving forward with trying to get a little aggressive, trying to get near the goal. Just passing around the box. It's a touch in the box. Hatboro-Horsham going ghost, getting for ready for a shot. PW defense on top of him. Just passing around. Hatboro-Horsham trying to find a pathway to the goal, not letting them. PW staying really aggressive on top of them, not letting them get anywhere close. Hatboro going for shot, and a goal. 5-0 for Hatboro-Horsham. 4:44 left in the quarter.
Looks like number 10, Sam Fink for Hatboro-Horsham will put one home for their 5th goal of the game, making it 5-0 Hatboro-Horsham.
These power shots of Hatboro-Horsham really making the difference here. Doesn't matter how close they are, just really getting them.
They really find the open look in front of the crease, making it really easy for those shooters.
We're helping them move it down. What's that? They're going to cut between 1 and 3. We're going to help them move it down. Oh, we're coming down? Yeah.
Face off once again at the center of the field. Will Jouette will dig for the ball. Looks like a little more of a scrum than an easy face off. Really battling for the ball, and pops out. Looks like PW will attempt to retain possession, but Ryan still come up with it.
PW retains possession.
Takes time looking. Caleb Kelly at the top of the box looking for a shot. Luke Wendler, a bounce shot. Another great save by the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. Losing the ball, and number 16 for PW work with it again. Bring back to the side, a botched pass, and it will be out PW and Hatboro-Horsham ball.
Hatboro-Horsham passing it in, just making their way down the field. Gets a touch inside the box.
Number 5 workers way back in the box. A nice spin move. A shot, bounce shot, and a great finish. It makes it 6 for Hatboro-Horsham, and a defining lead. Really proving who the better team here is, but a great move on a great shot.
Nice spin move, yeah, by Hatboro-Horsham. Really making sure just getting right around the PW defense, even though they're trying to be aggressive on and not letting them get any room, but just getting around them still.
Yeah, they find these cuts and moves, and defense is just breaking down and making it a tough time for the defense. Really finding those open shots in front, which are the easy ones, too. Once you got to find a spot, find a twine, and stick it on it. Hatboro-Horsham going with a face-off, number 15 working around the side of the box. Loses it, and Hatboro-Horsham retain possession. Working way behind his own net. Back to the goaltender taking his time, looking for a breakout pass. Taking his time, making his way all the way up to the 40-yard line. With a pass just missed and bounced onto the defenseman for PW number 34, making his way with wheels up through the box. Final pass to Caleb Kelly, ripping a shot just way outside. But PW will retain possession with Luke Wendler receiving the ball. Working his way behind. With a right-hand pass back to number 17, top of the box. Back to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen to the side to Luba. Luba to Wendler. One on the side of the box. Bring it back up top. Taking their time forming a play with number 6. Dropping the ball. Midfield using the body. Not sure the call was there, but Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession and make their way downfield. With a violent hack, number 29 will get around the defenseman, working his way with a ton of speed back into the box, trying to get a touch. Getting his touch and working way back around number 2 at the point.
It's a one-time thing, so enjoy it all.
Number 10 around the 40-yard line, working his way back in, slowly trying to find a play. Around the side of the box. Back behind. Working in his dominant hand, looks like he's holding into his right hand. Trying to find a little nifty pass back there, but will stay in his left hand, keep it himself. Looking for an over-the-shoulder shot, back recovered by the Hatboro-Horsham attackman, but missed, and PW retained possession going down midfield. The defenseman, the long pull, working into the box. Himself, defenseman to the attackman, back out wide. And somehow Hatboro would get the ball back. It looks like PW won the race there, but I'm not sure what happened. Hatboro-Horsham then again taking their time. PW getting possession back inside the box. Ryan sent to Wendler. Wendler on the side. Back behind. Off to Caleb. And timeout PW looks like. Coach Davis will take a second just to recollect and try and get PW back on the same page.
He really has to try and find a way around this goalie who's just been really dominant over this game, not letting any goals get through.
Yeah, PW has really had possession the whole entire game, but they really cannot find a shot that's good for the goaltender too. Making their way back on the field. PW hoping to be on the same page this time. PW's Luba will work on the top of the box. Looking for a pass on the side, or on the side of the box. Looking for a move to make. Finds it in the right hand, back to the left. Working his way back towards center, looking for a good pass. Number 16, a shot off the post. Hear that one from up here themselves. And a flag down the field. Looks like someone's stick got caught on someone's legs. And it looks like a cross check on number 27 for Hatboro-Horsham. And another timeout taken for the first half with 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Well, you hope with this PW man down or the man up situation that they can try and find their way to the first goal of the game, which is personally a little too long for me to wait for in the second quarter. After, what, 24 minutes to play?
Yes, about. Yeah, hopefully PW can bring it back and either hopefully get a goal by the end of this quarter and then hopefully bring it back by the third and fourth.
PW possession, back, trying to scoop a ball back up, number 27, the Caleb Kelly, top of the box, up to the side. Looking for a skip pass, number 15, Luba. Back to Ryan Senkop and a stick. And PW retain possession. Never mind, Hatboro-Horsham ball. Making a quick move behind the net. And looks like another Hatboro-Horsham timeout with 19 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
PWA having a lot going around today in PW. Spring break just started, as we all know. Everyone's very excited for this spring break. Everyone's excited to be out, get ready to come back to school. But we've just recently had a spring break. You know, it's just people are very excited. You know, people are going on vacation, getting very excited. Maybe people going down to like the Caribbean. Everyone just gonna be happy, have a good time, and get ready to come back to PW and get ready for school in about a week. And I think everyone just ready for the break. Everyone needed the break, and everyone just happy and just getting relaxed and just ready to get back into school. Not get back into school, get into vacation and just and then get back to school.
Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession after the timeout. On the left box of their own zone. Working back deep behind their net, trying to kill a clock until halftime. But PW definitely keeping the pressure on. And that would be the end of the first half. The score currently is Hatboro-Horsham 6 and PW 0.
Hopefully by the next quarter we'll be able to see PW make come back here and make this game a little competitive here.
100%, you know, recoup, get the players talking again, get them moving on the sideline. Hopefully just try and find something that they can all relate on, get on the same page, get some shots back on net, look for some formation in the offensive zone. You know, they're finding good shots at opportunities in the slot. It's just they can't put anything in the back of the net, which is a very good reason why number 21, Joe, for the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters is really coming up big for them right now. Is PW is definitely putting on the pressure. It's just they gotta just find a way to finish. Now, at the end of the first half, it is Hatboro-Horsham 6 and PW 0. We're going to go a quick commercial break and be right back after halftime.
Welcome back. We're back to the PW versus Hatboro-Horsham.
Yeah.
Currently 6-0. Hatboro-Horsham in the lead.
Yeah, the rain subsided. The sun's trying to poke out and stir the hopes for PW Lacrosse as they try and come back to. What do you think of some things you want to see in the second half so far?
Well, I'm just hoping to see, you know, a little bit more speed, a little bit more power coming out from PW, and just really trying to get a lot more pressure on 44, 8, and 2. Really strong players.
They've been the main goal scorers, so hopefully they can find someone to get that defense back together and really put some pressure on them.
Yeah. They really need to just kind of get in there, make sure they really don't give any more room that they're already giving them, because they're just throwing them in. And
yeah, the main thing on their mind should be 0 chances, you know, for Hatboro-Horsham, because they've been getting too many chances in front of the net for those easy lobbing goals above the goaltender. And overall, just trying to play good defense, because they're putting those defenses way too far out, in my opinion. But I think after that halftime, it gives them time to recoup, try and find their way back to the front of the net, and get some shots back in the back of the net.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to do that, and then we can start to bring this game back. And PW can start to get a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, players head back on the field, getting ready to start the third quarter of play. The weather's starting to sound a little better, you know?
Yeah, so
Hopefully- yeah.
sun's starting to come out. Stop raining now. Wind has died down a little, so hopefully
just
should be a good rest of the game. Good half.
Still chilly outside, but the rain is gone, and we got some lacrosse to play.
Let's do it.
Hatboro-Horsham will start with the ball in the second half, third quarter. Working the ball off the side, getting past the PW attack. Working his way right through, finding a nice, easy touch in the box. Quick handoff pass. And is mishandled, and will be turned over, PW ball. Finding a way back around the attack again. Brian Dresden working his way up through midfield all by himself. Working through 4 defensemen. And getting a pass back out to Caleb Kelly. Working along the top of the box, looking for a cut in. Getting a pass back to Ryan Sen. Back around the side, back to Luke Wendler. Behind the net. Christian Zarnicki working way around the crease. Back out wide. And back to the top of the box to Luba. Back to Kelly. Kelly to Wendler. Sorry, Sen to Wendler. Taking their time, working their way back around the crease. Back to the top of the point. Ends up in the stick of Wendler. Back behind the net. Really taking their time, looking for an opportunity. Working closer to the crease. Ripping a shot and another great save, just crawling along the goal line. A great save by Hatboro-Horsham. Clear all the way down the field. Reaches the pass, number 2. Working his way to the top of the box, trying to find a way back in. And backpedaling right back out. Back to the side. Up to the point, number 44, an overpass right to the attack of PW, looking for a clear path to the net. Just falls and loses possession. Retains it again. But Hatboro-Horsham is all over the ground ball and gets the ball back out toward midfield. Slowly working it back into the top of the box, getting a touch, number 2. Back around the side. Playing very wide, giving Hatboro-Horsham a lot of space to work with, which they've been utilizing very well, obviously, as opportunities have been getting in front of the net. Back outside the 35-yard line. Way outside the box, bring back in with a little bit of speed.
Moving in for a shot.
Take from the left hand to the right hand, back to the left. Back outside the box, number 10, really working the PW defense. Back way out to the 40-yard line, slowing it back down, looking for another opportunity. Both teams really slowing things down, trying to find a feel for the second half. Number 10 looking for a cut, but loses the ball, pops right out of his pocket. PW with a commanding storm back to the midfield, scooped up by number 14. Brings it himself to the box, back to the 20-yard line. Loses the ball just a little bit, bobbles it. A scrum for the ball, someone on the ground there. And batted right out. There's some sort of stop and play right now. But in the whole infraction, looks like Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession. Working way back in, getting a touch in the box, finding a clear lane, but stops and gets it back out. Working along the side. Back to the point to 8. On the 40-yard line. Back to the point again for 13. Really working along the top, finding the cut, and a nice poke check by the PW defense. Brian Dresden not finding the wheels again up the side of the field. Hatboro-Horsham defenders catching up to him, but cannot get that ball out of his pocket. Pokes it out. Ball on the ground, and Hatboro-Horsham will come up with it. But it looks like in that whole scrum, PW went in with the ball. Looks like Coach Davis is having some words on the sideline with the referees. The call's really not going their way today. And he's letting them know for sure. And just a reminder, on Tuesday, April 23rd, PW takes on Wissahickon right here in PW.
Should be an interesting game between PW and Wissahickon. Should be a fun, interesting game. I suggest going out to it. Strong rivalry between Wissahickon and PW. Strong game. PW hoping to win that one. Really win it. Put in Wissahickon. Just getting a win out.
And play will resume. PW will have the ball on the top of the box. Working back around, back to Luba. Move back to 17. 17 back to Wendler. Wendler up. Just loses the ball. Will easily scoop it up and pops out and back up. Scoop back up at number 17 for PW. Pass on the side of Wendler. Wendler winding up for a shot, but finds a shot. A pass right in front. Looks like it's blocked in front of the net. Chase down with PW and will successfully receive the ball. Back behind the net with speed, back to the point. Number 27, Caleb Kelly, the highest goal scorer on PW right now. Another laser shot, but will be retained by Hatboro-Horsham. And man, that goalie can do everything.
Goalie really putting in a lot of work, really holding this defense together for Hatboro-Horsham, not letting PW get a thing.
Finally clear back to the defense. Uses the wheels back out to Hatboro-Horsham, finally way back into the box. A little bit of mishandle there, but looks like they'll easily come with the ball again. Working the ball back around the side. Back behind the net, number 48. Taking his time, looking for an option. Some hard checks made by PW, but he's getting around the side of the net. Successfully back in front. Another pass. Some tic-tac-toe in front, and it'll be dropped by Hatboro-Horsham. Picked up again. And shot and saved by number 4, the goaltender for PW. But somehow Hatboro-Horsham will end up with the ball again. Unsure of what happened in front of the net.
Hatboro-Horsham starting with the ball. Hatboro-Horsham make their way around and behind the net.
Really working the way around the crease. Back to the point. Using that space once again. Number 2 working it around the top of the point. Back to 5. 5 went up for a shot. Not taking it. Back to the left, to the right. Top of the point, down to the side. Ripping a shot with the left hand. Just blocked by PW defenseman number 44. A nice stick check, but picked up once again by number 25. Brought all the way back to his own zone. Having a lot of space, a good look, but a weak pass back to Caleb Kelly. But Caleb Kelly will easily find the ball and scoop back up and start PW's offense venture once again. Lewis starting with the ball at the point, back to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen going back to the 40-yard line, gave himself some space to work with the PW offense, trying to get everyone on the same page. Back to number 17. 17 back down to Wendler. Wendler working around the side of the box. Back down to Caleb Kelly. Back in his new position of X. He's usually right on the side, but he's working from behind this time. Make a nice little roll dodge, but loses the ball in the middle of it. Getting aggressive with the stick checks, but Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession. Back to the goaltender, the safety netting of the crease, and will work it back out himself. Working around 3 defensemen for PW back to the goaltender. Working out toward midfield, trying to find a way back into the PW zone. Getting a touch and working the ball, using the space once again. Number 5 with it. Working way back around the top of the box, number 2. Number 2 looking for a move. A little bit of aggression work for the right hand, the shot, and a nice save by PW. It's a good sign for PW, as you know, in the defensive zone with those kind of shots, they've been going in every time, and that kind of save really shows some life for PW. Notice we're back into the zone, looking for a shot, a rip, and a goal scored.
First goal for PW. Making it 6-1 now, PW. 4:19 left in the third quarter.
Looks like goal scored by number 16, Christian Zernicki, his first in the season so far.
PW defense really bringing it back, really starting to put a lot more pressure. The goalkeeper really starting to block those power shots, getting used to them.
And from that save back to the almost 70-yard rush by the defenseman, finding a pass to Christian and finding a shot right in front is what they're looking for. Can find more of those. PW can be right back in this game. Current score is 6-1 with 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. A face-off back at midfield. Pop back out about 15 yards off the circle. Will Duet all over those face-offs today. Pop back up, unsure where the ball is. Ball is still on the ground. Took a bit of work, but PW will come with the ball. Christian Zernicki once again on the top, where he scored the goal previously. Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession and start working the ball back up top, but some strong defense by PW's number 14, but will not be successful as Hatboro-Horsham will give it the ball and find a clear lane back on the side for a pass. Number 4, find a clear lane, but nice stick check by Brian Dresden. Back up to half. Working through 3 Hatboro-Horsham defensemen. Ground ball in front of the crease. Unsure where the ball is again by Hatboro-Horsham, but PW will get the ball again. Back to the top, Luke Wendler will start with it and reform the PW offense once again. Making a few changes, slowly working their way around the crease. Ryan Sen putting his own pressure back on the defense. A clean pass to Christian, a shot just wide, and PW will get possession again. Luke Wellner back to Caleb Kelly. Caleb Kelly making some nifty moves on the side, but we'll get it back out. Up to the point number 17, Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen, off to Luke Wendler. Luke Wendler looking for that pass in front. Had a clear lane, but a flag down in the play right now. A bounce pass to Caleb Kelly, and he'll mishandle it and will go out of bounds. And the penalty will be on number 27 once again, his second penalty of the game. First was a cross check, and now it's a slashing. And we'll learn his lesson for the second time as he sits for 2 minutes. PW hopefully capitalizing on this opportunity.
Nice day coming out today. Starting to warm up a little. Sun's really kind of coming out now. PW starting with the ball. PW passing out.
And they're turning around too. 14. Back to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen back up to the point, looking for a clear lane. A little bit of traffic, but Christian Zernicki works back around. A nice shot from the post, just off. And it looks like that was Caleb Kelly's shot. We'll retain possession again on the side. Like I said, find the shot, but cannot just find the finish, too. Christian Zernicki back around top of the box. Back to Ryan Sen, a little further in this time. Ryan Sen off to Luke Wendler. Luke Wendler working the way behind. Just a quick turn back to Ryan Sen up the top of the box. Christian's looking for his shot again. A bounce shot just wide, and PW will get possession again. Really showing an aggressive look at offense now. Really working their way close to the crease, you know.
Yeah, really being able to make those shots now, but just
And a
not
shot
really.
and a score. Had no idea where that came from. Out of nowhere, number 16 for PW will score, making now 2-6. A sign of life not showing from PW as they were down 6-0, making it a 6-2 ball game now. On a shot that caught me by surprise, and I'm sure it caught Hatboro-Horsham the same way.
Yeah, sudden shot. 153 left in the third quarter.
Like, yeah. Yeah. It was still recording. Your face, my face, your face.
Christian Zarnicki's second goal of the game.
Send for the face-off now. So he'll get possession here.
And on PW's face-off, midfielder Will Jouet will go at it again. For the 9th time this game. And this is a hard score as the ball remained in their pockets for a solid 3 seconds. And Hatboro-Horsham will come up cleanly. Getting a touch in the box, working their way back outside using the space. Taking his time, number 29, working way around the side of the box. PW's defense going back to that far out pressure. I'm not sure why they're doing that one so far. Back to top of the box, number 2, Hatboro-Horsham. Number 8 working his way, making a move, a nice shot, and a save by number 4's PW's goaltender. 2-1-2, ground ball down there, great ground ball. Hatboro-Horsham getting possession back further in the box. Number 2 making a move back to his left hand. A shot, bounce shot, nice save by PW. And that will be going out and being Hatboro-Horsham's ball.
Really see some life coming back from the PW team. Really trying to bring it back really well. 2-6.
Yeah,
2-6
so far
score.
shutting out Hatboro-Horsham in the third quarter. Ball on top of the box, number 2. Number 2 taking his time back far out of the box. Back and forth pass just a bit high, but we'll get the ball back. Number 2 working his way back in the crease. He's making these cuts this game. Working the way in further. Left-hand shot looking for a pass. Nothing there. After that unusual infraction, looks like Hatboro-Horsham will come with the ball. On the far side of the box. And a nice stick check. By Brian Johnson, another one. That's 2. Number 2 finding clear lane back to the net. Making one move to the right. Some checks being thrown at him, having the ball back, and another block shot by PW. A scrum behind the net. Picked up by number 65 on Hatboro-Horsham. Shot number 2 and scored. His second goal of the game makes it 7-2 Hatboro-Horsham. With just 4 seconds remaining, I was really...
Last second goal there.
For the 10th time this game, there'll be a face-off at midfield. Face-off cleanly won by Hatboro-Horsham. Unable to get that ball in the pocket. And that will end the third quarter of play. Score right now, 7-2, Hatboro-Horsham. PW is showing some signs of life, but really needs to step their game up. Especially on defense, too. Those shooters cutting toward the net from those clear lanes, they really got to find something working for them.
Yeah, it seems like they finally found a way to get around this goalie that has been really dominant by the Hatboro-Horsham, blocking every single shot. It seems like they're finally trying to find a way around him.
And it looks like PW found their groove, but they just cannot find a way to stay into it. It seems like that conservative defense they were having in the early of the third quarter when they were really just pounding away those shots in the offensive zone was really looking good for them. But after, these players heading out out of the box trying to chase these players down with the ball, it's finding these open opportunities for Hatboro-Horsham, which is why PW is having a tough time trying to keep defense up. Hopefully they can just try and stop those shooters from the side of the net, which is where all the goals for Hatboro-Horsham has happened so far. I think 6 out of the 7 goals have been within 10 yards of the net and have been clean shots from either an attackman or a midfielder by Hatboro-Horsham. And that cannot be happening, especially after PW's defense.
Yeah, they need to start to play more together and really make sure they're not letting them get very close, because the more they do that, the more shots they're going to make. And they were doing that at the beginning of the third quarter, like you said, but they just need to bring that back, bring that groove back, find that groove again, and this could become a competitive game and see if they can do it.
But besides PW's lackluster defense, I really got to give credit to the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender, facing a ton of shots this game, but coming up big with all of them. I think this game for Hatboro-Horsham I really tip the cap to the goaltender, for sure. 100%. I think PW primarily has had the ball his whole entire game, and every save has come up big.
Yeah, this Hatboro-Horsham goaltender really putting in the effort here and really making sure. Hatboro-Horsham really staying in this.
Face off at center field. Pickpocketed and thrown up in the air, but Hatboro-Horsham will get possession. A little loose, but number 29 will retain possession for Hatboro-Horsham, getting a touch in the box. Finding some speed, but backs back out and will retain possession outside, using the space. Passing up number 44. Really far out of the box. And you see Hatboro-Horsham really works their offense. They start out high and they find the cutters, back down low, work around the back, and they just try and find that cutter. They always find the side of the box on the opposite side. And a great shot by number 2 on Hatboro-Horsham just goes wide, and there's a flag down in the field right now. Hatboro-Horsham gets possession back on their own missed shot. A look in front of the net, no good.
Hatboro-Horsham retains possession, making their way around the net.
And a good pass intercepted by number 14, defenseman for PW. A great shot, just a bit high and outside. Number 2. And it looks like it'll be a slashing penalty on number 6, Ryan Sen. .10:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. 7-2, Hatboro-Horsham leading. Working way back around the crease. And the ball movement has been really good this game, too. Really on both sides. Finding looks both sides. It's just one goaltender has been coming up bigger than the other. That's the main point of the game. And I think if PW is going to try and be successful along the way, I think they got to find a better look in their defense. But Hatboro-Horsham looking at the top of the box, back down to the side. A little further in, looking for a great clean pass inside. Off the post. Off the crossbar, just outside. And PW will retain possession off that missed shot, as they are the first to win the race to the ball. Brian Dresden, a very aggressive defenseman, really finding his wheels, then again getting around the defense. Dodging through 3 stick checks, even sticking with the ball, and laying the body out. What a big hit for Brian. Really putting his body out there. But it looks like that's going to cost them, as Hatboro-Horsham comes with a clear lane back to the offensive zone, but they will whistle the play down before he can get a chance to shoot. After that spectacular just throw of the body by Brian Dresden, he'll sit down for a minute to think about that one. Which will look clean from me, but no, PW will be down 2 men.
Time for Hatboro-Horsham to possibly capitalize on PW being down 2.
And this will really test the PW, well, shorthanded defense, you could say otherwise, because even strength, they haven't had a tough time keeping the front of the net protected and just finding a man and manning up to each person they find on the field, which is the really key aspect in lacrosse. You're just trying to find a man, lock up to him, keep on a stick, and make sure he's not finding his way to the crease too quickly. because the name of the game is speed and just ball movement. But this will really test PW's short-handed abilities. Hatboro-Horsham retaining possession around behind the net. Working the way back around the crease once again, which they've been having an easy time doing, but loses the ball. Number 5 cannot find it. It looks like he lost in the lettering of the field. That was kind of funny, but anyway, PW will fire the ball back downfield. A long pass, but will be retained by Hatboro-Horsham's number 43 defenseman. Making some room for himself as Christian Zernicki will put the pressure on the goaltender and the defenseman down there. But then again, making some space for Hatboro-Horsham. Hatboro-Horsham finding a clean pass back up to their own zone and getting a touch in the box. Back to the top of the point. Number 48 for Hatboro-Horsham. Back on the side. A shot, a sideline shot, way outside. But Hatboro-Horsham retained possession. With just 9:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. And time is really ticking off for PW. They really have to make some moves quick.
They have to start getting aggressive, really starting to make moves, getting close to that goalie, see if they can get some pressure in there, see if they can get a goal.
At this point, making moves like that, risky moves, are really, really worth it because what they have to lose at this point, as Hatboro-Horsham finds a clean pass around the side of the crease, working the way, it's farther inside, it's a shot whizzed right over the net, but Hatboro-Horsham will get possession back. Possession behind the net, Hatboro-Horsham. Working their way slowly around the crease, finding his way through a sandwich of defensemen. Back on the side, way back upfield. Taking their time. Finding a cut from number 44, already scoring 2 goals in this game so far. Finding a clear path right in front of the net off the post. A pop fly caught. Back on the side of the crease for Hatboro-Horsham. And thrown down to the ground, but still making the pass. Number 2, finding a cut on his right hand, a shot, and he scores! Hatboro-Horsham goal, making it 8-2, extending their lead by 6 points. Making a demanding lead, just securing the lead they have right now in a close victory with 8:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. Now, at this point, what do you think PW has to do? I mean, they're already 6 points out of the lead.
PW really just has to start making some really aggressive moves, really have to try and get in there, they just have to start making moves and just really hope for the best at this point.
Just playing smarter lacrosse overall. Working the ball back around as they have been. They got all their players back on the field. Making the best out of a tough situation so far for PW. Will Drew out coming with a face-off. Again, tying up. Looks like a infraction on PW. It would be Hatboro-Horsham's ball. Handing off to number 29. He's going to sub out to 65. A clear lane, just stick checked by number 8 or number 6, Ryan Center for PW, making his way upfield. Just beating the attackman. A violent stick check, but he'll get right around him. A pass to Caleb Kelly, botched right in front of the net. And the fight won by the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. Play stop. And a turnover will be PW's ball. Christian Zernicki will work the ball back to Caleb Kelly. Caleb Kelly working back to the point. Off to Luba. Luba over to CJ Petrakis. Back to Wendler. A bounce pass right back to Caleb Kelly. Caleb Kelly looking for a pass right to Christian Zernicki. A shot opportunity, but just drops on the wind up. Hatboro-Horsham will get possession on the mistake there, but brought to the ground by number 14 for PW, and a flag down on the play. And Hatboro-Horsham will get possession and get a touch in the box. Using the space wisely, now working back to the 45-yard line, botched twice by the Hatboro-Horsham offensiveman. Working back into the box, slowing things down and trying to find a path. Working the ball, utilizing their time. They have 7 minutes remaining. Back to 8.
Hatboro-Horsham really
A shot just wide, and Play will finally come to a halt.
Hatboro-Horsham really trying to take their time with these plays, trying to just kill the clock at this point as they have a wide 6-point lead, see if they can just get the clock down. And
now PW man down once again, 14 with a slash on PW. Making substitutions. PW getting ready for their third shorthanded attack. Trying to protect the front of the net once again, which they have failed to do many times, but hoping to improve this fourth quarter, trying to find a way to get back in this game. Hatboro-Horsham with the ball, getting a demanding, aggressive push on the front of the in the front of the crease. Working the way back around. Making some quick moves. Defense being pressured. Number 34, Brian Dresden, which has really been an aggressive, violent defenseman. I think really one of PW's better defenders. A shot wide and will be PW ball turned over. But Brian Dresden really has been putting on a show on defense. I mean, yeah, he has that one body throwing incident where he's put in the box for a little bit, but man, he's really been the staple of the PW defense. Even though they've had a lackluster performance, I think he's really that one who's been driving the ball, getting offensive opportunities for PW, really making sure they get the ball back, which doesn't mean raising without the ball, but Hatboro-Horsham will get the ball back from PW, getting a clean lane to the net. A great save by PW. Picked up by number 44. And picked up by Brian Dresden, finding his way back downfield, but will be tripped and will be PW ball once again. Ryan Sen will start with the ball on top of PW's box. A long pass right across the field, bounce pass, a risky one right in front of the net, but number 44 for PW will end up with the ball. Intercepted by Hatboro-Horsham, number 48. A violent slash, but does not make contact. A shot for Hatboro-Horsham, bounce shot just wide, and looks like the goaltender wins the battle. Or no, sorry, Hatboro-Horsham wins the battle.
Hatboro-Horsham has really been having to go for those long shots. Long shots haven't really been able to get much close. Haven't been able to get close much recently. PW really playing tight and getting on them. Not letting them get close.
Making cut number 10. Losing the defender off his back, and he gets the ball way outside the box. Rolling the ball back on the side. Running back behind. Being pressured by number 19 on defense, and number 44 will watch the ball, but will get the ball back up. Dresden right on his tail as he is thrown to the ground by number 44 on Hatboro-Horsham, but they'll come to possession again as the ball is hit out of bounds, and Ryan Sen for PW will pick the ball back up and turn the other way for PW. Really ranging back at his own zone, right in front of his own crease. We'll hand it off, a little blooper pass, number 44, back to 17, CJ Petrakis. Making his way back to center field. All the way across the field, trying to get a pass. Gets the pass right up to number 11, Luke Wendler, trying to get a touch in the box. And he gets his touch, and we'll get the ball back out, number 17. Right back to Ryan Sen. Ryan Sen a pass to Christian Zernecki, but will be botched and put out of play, and Hatboro-Horsham ball. Using the safety of the crease, the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender will take the ball upfield. Clearing out to 19. Back up to the midfielder. Across midfield. Trying to get their touch. Bring it back outside, and they will have possession once again. Time winding down for PW. Just 4 minutes remaining left in the fourth quarter. Hatboro-Horsham making a demanding move back to the crease, back behind. Back to 13 at the top of the box. Making a move, finding a clear lane, a great pass in front, a shot directly in front, just missed wide, left of the net. Hatboro-Horsham ball. Behind the net. Making a cut to his left side. Making some space. Making another cut back to the left. Really putting the defender on skates as he makes a shot, and it is thrown in front of the crease and loses the stick. But no call there, and PW get the ball back. Brian Dresden again, working his way upfield with speed. Getting around all the attackmen, all the stick checks, getting back in the zone, off to Luke Wendler right in front of the net, but will work back outside of the crease. Back to the top of the box, look for Caleb Kelly's pass, is accepted. And we'll work back to 14. A botch pass, and push from behind. Sweet PW ball for Christian Zernicki. Taking the ball outside the side of the crease. Back to CJ. Up to 14. Really taking his time back at the 40-yard line. Making one move, one quick move, just right, just loses the ball in a shot. Hatboro-Horsham defenseman taking it up to the box. All by himself. Dodging all the stick checks, looking for a pass to 40 right in front of the net, and a great save by the PW goaltender. A quick pass out to Ryan Sen without any patience. Working through 3 defensemen right now. Ryan Sen looking with the ball in his left hand. And really putting the body on, sitting his own defenseman down. Bringing the ball back into the box, working it back outside. And that's a little handoff to Caleb. Caleb all the way up to number 14. 14 back to Wendler. Back to 14. 14 back to Luba. Looking for a move inside the box. Gets a lot of room. But works back outside. Back to 14. 14 back to Wendler on the side of the crease. A little bit of distance between him and his defender. Christian Zernicki back to Caleb Kelly. Caleb Kelly on the side of the box. Back to the point. Number to Luba. Luba back to Wendler. Really using the ball move right now. A lot of space for them. Hatboro-Horsham crashing defenders in front of the net. Caleb Kelly looking for a shot. A laser, a bounce shot. Attempting to dodge the block number 14, but the ball will go out, and Hatboro-Horsham will retain possession. With just 1:30 remaining in this fourth quarter. And I would say one goal would put PW out of the race, but I think that time has already passed. And I think right now for PW, I think it's just trying to keep up with the team and just not lose hope and just rebuild pretty much. I think this game has pretty much been a lesson that the top teams are really here to compete, and this young PW team really has to find a way to work better on defense. A flag down on the field right now, number 2 at the top of the box. With a blue pass in the top of the box too. Maintaining possession. Working in front of the net. Another shot just high.
This PW team pretty young, so they have a lot of time to grow, a lot of time to come together, and I mean this team is playing for not necessarily this season, but I think they're playing for future seasons to be able to come back and really come back and play hard and try and win.
Not looking too far in the season, but right now it's too early to tell who the demanding leaders are, but I think if PW wants back in the season, they really got to step up defensively and find a way to stop shots from being shot right in front of the goal, which is where all these shots for Hatboro-Horsham are coming from. Trying to find a way to step up on offensively too, getting ball movement, but being able to finish those shots too is a big way. Hatboro-Horsham along the side, back to the point, number 2. Top of the point, working his way back in with a lot of space, a shot, a fake shot, a great fake, and a save just along the goal line, almost creeped right in, but PW looking with the ball. Clear back out. And just loses it, but will scoop back up fairly easily and get back into his own zone with speed. Getting back into the box, trying to look for a quick pass. Bring it back outside, back to Wendler. Wendler will take his time looking for a move. A nice shot and a better save by the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. That is not a surprise to me at all, as he's made plenty this game with just 14 seconds remaining in the game. A stoppage in play. I think Coach Davis is on the verge of being on the bad side of the referees right now.
It's all. No, it's all. No, it's all. I didn't care. I just thought it was funny.
PW's Caleb Kelly with the ball back. Back to 14. 10 seconds remaining. Back to top of the crease. A shot and a great save again by Hatboro-Horsham. And that will end the game. Final score, Hatboro-Horsham 8, PW Colonials 2. Now, I think this game is just less of a learning lesson, but more just a wake-up call for PW to tell them they really got to step up defensively, and they got to find a way to get, defense to step up in front of the net, trying to find these shooters that are right in front of the net, getting these shots on the goaltender for PW, which I don't blame him, but I think everyone collectively needs to find a way to step up their game a little more. Get speed on the transition, trying to find shots in front and finishing those shots for sure.
Yeah, PW just needs to find that unity, really come together as a team, and really try and find that defensive coming together. Really just get that unity of a team. The defense was pretty disconjointed. There wasn't much teamwork coming around with it.
Yeah, there's some great ball movement, but I think just being able to finish and putting that shot on the back of the net is all what counts at the end of the day. But as you can tell by the final score, 8-2. But so far, it's too early this season to tell how PW's lacrosse team will turn out, but this is definitely a lesson learned, and hopefully we see next time on a better day. Hopefully, pouring rain early in the game. Hopefully, PW can find what they found in the third quarter, putting up two goals, very well shot goals. But I must tip my cap to the Hatboro-Horsham goaltender. But he really put on a stellar performance. I think out of everything here, I think PW if they had to face any other goaltender, I think Hatboro-Horsham's goaltender came up big, and he just made all the saves he had to. And as Hatboro-Horsham coach, that's all you got to look out for when you put your starting goal in between the pipes.
Yeah, that Hatboro-Horsham goalie really just putting in that effort, not letting PW get through it all.
It's an absolute stone wall. But makes a definition for it as the final score today. Hatboro-Horsham 8, Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 2. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.